My name is Mary Jane, and this video is not here to attack men. It's not here to defend women either, and it's definitely not here to decide who is right and who is wrong. This video exists for one simple reason: to explain why so many men say, "I don't understand her," and why so many women say, "He doesn't even try to understand me." And here's the truth that might surprise you. Most of the time, both of them are being honest. Let's start with something very simple, but very deep. Most men grow up learning one main lesson: be strong, control your emotions, fix the problem, and move on. And by the way, that lesson isn't wrong. It helps you survive. It helps you function in the world. But the problem starts when that same rule is used inside emotional relationships. Because a relationship is not a problem that needs fixing. A relationship is a person that needs understanding. Let me be very honest with you. When a woman comes to you and starts talking about her day, about something that hurt her, about a conversation that made her feel small, about a situation that doesn't even sound serious to you, your first instinct as a man is usually this: how do I solve this? What advice should I give? What's the fastest way to make this go away? So you say things like, "Just ignore it. Why didn't you tell her directly?" You're overthinking. It's not that deep. And right there, that exact moment, the misunderstanding is born. Because most of the time, she was never asking you to solve anything. She was asking you to be present. Women, in general, talk to process emotions. They talk to feel connected. They talk to understand what they're feeling. Men, in general, listen to respond, to correct, to fix. Neither is wrong. They're just different. And if you don't understand that difference, every conversation slowly turns into frustration. Here's something many men don't realize. When a woman feels heard, she calms down on her own. But when she feels dismissed, she closes. Not immediately, not dramatically. She closes quietly. She stops explaining. She stops sharing. She stops trusting. And then one day, the man looks at her and says, "You've changed. You're cold now. You don't talk anymore." What he doesn't realize is that she stopped talking a long time ago, the moment she felt unseen. Understanding a woman does not require genius. It requires attention. Attention means listening without interrupting. Attention means not turning the conversation into a debate. Attention means not taking her emotions as a personal attack. Let me say this clearly because it matters. A woman expressing emotion is not disrespecting you. She's inviting you into her inner world. And what you do with that invitation will either build trust or slowly destroy it. I often see good men struggle with this. Men who work hard. Men who provide. Men who genuinely care. And they say things like, "I do everything for her. Why isn't she happy?" But that question already shows the disconnect. Because women don't measure love only by effort. They measure love by experience. Not "what did you do for me?" but "how did you make me feel?" Did I feel safe with you? Did I feel respected? Did I feel emotionally supported? Did I feel like I could be myself without being judged? This is where emotional intelligence comes in. Emotional intelligence is not weakness, it's awareness. It's the ability to notice what's happening beneath the surface, in her and in yourself. Many men were never taught how to sit with emotions. They were taught how to suppress them. So when a woman brings emotion into the room, it feels overwhelming, uncomfortable, even threatening. And instead of staying present, many men shut down, get defensive, or minimize the issue. But from her perspective, it feels like abandonment. Let me tell you something important. The opposite of love is not anger. The opposite of love is emotional neglect. A woman can survive arguments. She can survive disagreements. What slowly destroys her connection is feeling emotionally alone, especially when she's with someone. Feeling like she has to beg to be heard. Feeling like her emotions are inconvenient. Feeling like she needs to shrink herself to keep the peace. And once that happens, she may still stay physically, but emotionally, she's already gone. Understanding a woman does not mean agreeing with her all the time. It does not mean losing yourself, and it definitely does not mean becoming weak. Real strength is being able to say, I don't fully understand, but I'm listening. I might not feel the same, but I respect how you feel. I'm here. That sentence alone, I'm here, is more powerful than most solutions. Let's talk about safety for a moment. Women are constantly scanning for emotional safety, even if they never say it out loud. Safety doesn't just mean physical safety, it means emotional safety. It means you won't mock me when I open up. You won't use my vulnerability against me later. You won't dismiss my pain as drama. You won't disappear when things get uncomfortable. A lot of men want respect, but respect grows where safety exists. A woman cannot deeply respect a man she doesn't feel emotionally safe with. And here's the part that hurts, but needs honesty. If a woman shared something fragile with you, and later you used it against her during an argument, you broke something that takes a long time to rebuild. Trust doesn't break loudly. It breaks quietly, piece by piece. And often, the man has no idea why things feel distant now. Another important truth. Women don't want perfection. They want presence. They don't need you to say the perfect thing. They need you to stay. Stay in the conversation. Stay when it's awkward. Stay when emotions are messy. Many men leave emotionally before they ever leave physically. They withdraw. They go silent. They avoid. And for a woman, silence feels like rejection. Let me also say this. Not all women are the same. Of course not. But most women share one deep desire: to be understood without being analyzed, to be supported without being controlled. When a man learns how to truly listen, not to respond, not to defend himself, but to understand, he becomes rare. He becomes safe. He becomes deeply attractive on an emotional level. This is not about manipulation. It's not about getting women. It's about becoming a man who can build healthy, lasting connections. And that starts with self-awareness. Understanding her starts with understanding yourself. Why do emotions make you uncomfortable? Why do you feel the need to fix instead of feel? Why does vulnerability trigger defensiveness? These questions are not attacks. They are invitations to grow. In this series, we're going to talk about all of this. How to communicate without starting a war. How to listen without losing yourself. How to stay strong without becoming emotionally cold. How to be masculine without being emotionally unavailable. If you're still listening at this point, it means you care. And caring is the first step. My name is Mary Jane, and this space is for men who are ready to grow, not by dominating, but by understanding. Because healthy relationships are not about winning against the other person. They're about winning together. Before I end this video, I want to share something important with you. Everything we're talking about in this series didn't come from theory or empty advice. It came from years of observing relationships,
listening to stories, and understanding what truly works and what quietly breaks connections. That's why I wrote an ebook that goes deeper into all of this. It's called Understanding Her, a modern man's guide to healthy communication with women. And it's a practical guide for men who want to communicate better, understand women on a deeper emotional level, and build healthier, more respectful relationships. If you feel like this video spoke to you, you'll find the link to the ebook in the description below. Take your time with it. Read it slowly. Reflect on it. Understanding isn't something you rush. It's something you grow into.